Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? I am a little bit angry right now. Went to Connecticut yesterday to interview Parker Porter. Went to download the footage this morning. And I have just spent all day at Best Buy dealing with Geek Squad. Not only did the camera die yesterday during the interview, which angers me, but the files were corrupted and Geek Squad can't get them off. They tried everything. So that interview has been poof, lost forever. And I guess I'm gonna hit up Parker and see if I can maybe meet up with him at his gym and see if we can redo the interview. That's the best I can do. But let's talk about something else that happened yesterday. Now that the smoke is starting to clear between Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford, let's talk about their futures. Let's talk about what happened last night. But first, guys, please like the video, share it, hit that subscribe button, and down below you tell me what you think about that fight. You tell me what you think about their futures. Okay, so way back when there was the first inklings of a Canelo and Bud Crawford fight, first of all, I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't think it was necessary. Figured Canelo's just too strong, too big, the size, the speed, the power. Too much for Bud, despite him being a special athlete. And he absolutely, obviously is a special athlete. Just thought it would be just too much for him. Well, not only obviously did Bud fight Canelo at southpaw, which obviously, as we all know, isn't his natural side, but his footwork was excellent. He changed the pace on his punches. He parried shots good. I mean, he showed his IQ, hands down, is so incredible. Next to Alexander Usyk, I think Crawford's IQ, period and stop, is the best in boxing. And I am still, despite last night, not a Bud Crawford fan, but I have to call it what it is. His IQ and the game plan him and Bomac came up with is wow. Wow. He proved us all wrong. The whole team believed in themselves more than anybody else believed in him, and damn, he made it look simple. Outside of that accidental headbutt, there wasn't a mark on him. That has to say something, doesn't it? Now, going forward at 168, I can't see anybody beating Bud Crawford, period. Because here's the deal. Despite last night, okay, Canelo's tools were the best out of everybody in the division. Okay, I don't think that's a point that can be argued. I think that's a fact. Well, like Ric Flair says, to be the man, you got to beat the man, and Bud just beat the man, so now Bud's the man. He made him look slow. It was a master class. Now, was it flawless? No, I wouldn't say it was a flawless victory. You know, I still would like to see how the power of Bud moves into his 168 body. You know, this obviously was his first fight in the division, and I'd like to see going forward how that translates. Now, the win puts him in a very special class. I mean, he obviously is a special fighter. But now he just jumped up a whole new level, okay? You can put him in the class of the Four Kings, of Floyd, of Manny, okay? At 168, I think Bud steamrolls Khalid Plant. I think he tears up Jaime Munguia. Maybe Jamal Charlo could give him some sort of a fight because of his power, but I'd still favor Bud Crawford. I would favor Bud against everybody at 168 now. And here's the deal. Not only is he now undisputed in 3 weight classes, what makes it even more special is he is unfreaking defeated. In Khabib Nurmagomedov's voice, undefeated, undisputed. Okay, that was a poor Khabib impression, but those guys that do both, it's generational. You don't see that often at all. Now, before the fight, Bomac said something interesting. He said that with a victory, there's a chance that Bud walks away. Now, as far as Bud is concerned, those 3, Plant, Munguia, Jamal, that's one thing. There's too much money sitting on the side for a rematch. And something else that Bud lacks in his career is that perfect foil. That 2-3 fight war with, like the Gotti Ward, Ali Frazier, Ali Foreman. So many great fighters, like the Four Kings beat the snot out of each other. Okay? That's the thing that he needs. Now, this is a far cry from Canelo at his prime. However, he needs that foil to put him that much higher, right? I would have liked to see it be Errol, but we know how that turned out. We would have liked to see it had been Sean Porter. We saw how that turned out. And now, Canelo also managed to not do something that he normally does. If you're a Canelo fan, you've seen this in all his fights. Arm punches, shoulder punches. He did not at all work the arms. Yeah, he ripped the body pretty good a couple times. And it showed not only that Bud has a solid chin, but Bud's body held up. Never really wobbled at all, never shaken, obviously never dropped. I don't know why he didn't throw the arm punches, just to tire out the arm so he couldn't use that hand speed. Don't know why. Maybe that's a question that gets answered one day. Maybe it doesn't. But it does confirm one thing. Why Canelo Alvarez never fought David Benavidez. There, we now have our answer to that question. I don't want to use the word duck. But if it quacks like one, waddles like one, it's a duck. Now, does Bud try Benavidez or even Bivol at 175? Well, I'd like to see him stay at 168 because I think Bivol and Benavidez both can steamroll Bud, despite how special Bud is. And I think they outwork him, honestly. I think both of those guys are just... Overall, Bud's a better fighter, yes. But I think those two guys at 175 beat Bud. I think that's just... He made the big jump up 2 weight class. I don't know necessarily if, especially now, if another jump up would be smart. So what would be next for Canelo? Well, look, there's the possibility of a rematch. After 68 fights, he could very easily walk away. He's done enough. Okay, he doesn't need any more in his career. But I hate to say it, I really, really, really hate to say this. Another option for Canelo, which would guarantee him what? Between $30 and $50 million? And yes, I get it. He's a millionaire multiple times over. But 30 to 50 million is nothing to sneeze at. Jake, after Jake puts a hole and flatlines Tank Davis, maybe that fight happens. And look, the second Jake got into fighting, he was calling out Canelo since day one. Maybe that fight now happens? I don't know. But it's a possibility. That's an option that Canelo could go. You know, one thing you have to wonder is, what is Bob Arum thinking? Remember, Bud Crawford was a jewel centerpiece for Top Rank until Bob Arum said that Bud Crawford is not a marquee fighter. That's why he can't get him the big fights. And that's why he let him walk as a free agent. Gotta wonder what old Bobby Arum is thinking now. I still can't get over what Bud Crawford did. It was incredible. It's one of the most incredible things I've seen. There's no way he should have been able to do to Canelo what he did. And I get it. Look, since Bivol beat him, he hasn't been the same. And yeah, there's wins in there, but they were all cherry-picked. You know, the William Skull fight, the Edgar Berlanga fight should have never... Edgar Berlanga should never be able to be in the same ring with Canelo Alvarez. But in closing, I'm going to say this. After last night, my top 5, pound for pound, has changed. Okay? Number 5, I have it as a tie. Jairo Pitaya and Teofimo Lopez. Number 4 is now Dimitri Bivol. Slipping to number 3 is Inoue. And Inoue is fighting later today, early this morning in Japan, and no, I don't care what he does. He is now, in my eyes, slipped to number 3. Usyk has moved. I flipped Usyk, and in a way, Usyk is now number 2. And now sitting at number 1, pound for pound. Hands down, period, end stop. Terrence Bud Crawford. And again, I never thought I'd say it. And I'm still not a fan. But we got to be honest, don't we? Okay, guys, do me a favor. Please like this video. Hit the subscribe button. Down below, you tell me what you think about what Bud did. You tell me what their futures might look like in your eyes. Just imagine if they both retired. Holy smokes. What a gaping hole in boxing that would be. I wouldn't mind the rematch, honestly. So anyways, guys, until that next video, Cyclone saying, peace out, homies.